Hello everybody, Dylan here. Now today we are going to be reviewing a comic. Today's comic is going to be the Japanese promotional manga made to promote Sonic the Hedgehog 1. Now this uses a version of the Japanese Sonic the Hedgehog Bible story, so it'll be really interesting to talk about this. This was translated by some fans, so thank you for this translation. I don't know if it's 100% accurate, there's some weird lines thrown in here. I don't know if that's because Japan is just weird with humor, or if it's because these guys who decided to translate this just decided to fuck around. But either way, we're going to be looking at the art, we're going to be looking at the story, and we're going to be trying to piece this together today on DHT. The first thing we're going to do here is just like we do with every comic review. We're going to look at the cover of this. Now you can tell this is some early Sonic the Hedgehog work. The line work isn't so great. For some reason Sonic is shiny, which isn't really common for the Japanese Sonic the Hedgehog. And for some reason Sega didn't tell the art department, but Sonic does not have blue arms. This is not Sonic Boom Sonic. The fact that this mistake made it onto the cover of this comic is really sad. This is a promotional comic made to promote Sonic 1, and you've already fucked it up on the cover. But other than that, the artwork is nice. I don't like this logo too much, but it is just a prototype logo. Now, most interesting of all, in the background you can actually see that the screenshots are from the Sonic beta. You can tell that's from the Sonic betas because of Spring Yard Zone. Spring Yard Zone does not look like its finalized form. You can even see that there's a weird obstacle in the background, which is a bumper covered in spikes that are rotating. That does not make it into the final game. I don't even know if these are running on Genesis hardware. It's really cool to see these screenshots, and it's the most interesting part of this comic cover. On page 1 we can see South Island, and it looks really great. Sonic's animal friends are hanging out all by themselves, and then all of a sudden a shadow appears, and that shadow is Dr. Eggman and his robots. They start chasing off the animals, and we see in the next page the title of this comic, Dr. Eggman's Challenge. I don't really know what his challenge is. I guess the fact that he's coming onto the island is the challenge, but I have no clue. Dr. Eggman is gloating about how he's going to take over the island, and in page 4 we can see that he says that he's taking it over because he wants to find the Chaos Emerald and because he needs to get more money. You think he'd have enough money because he can afford to build these structures, but who knows, maybe he just needs the resources. In page 5 we see that he's gloating about trying to find the Chaos Emerald yet again, and then in page 6 we see why he wants the Chaos Emerald. It turns out that he wants the Chaos Emerald because he wants to boil a giant egg. You think if he needed the money he would sell the Chaos Emerald or have some type of evil laser or some type of robot or anything. Maybe this is just left over from one of the Sonic the Hedgehog Bibles I never got to read, but this is a very strange reason. I'm glad that Eggman isn't this stupid in the final game, because if he just wanted to boil a giant egg, that'd be retarded. I don't like that at all. We then cut to Green Hill Zone where we see Sonic's band, and we can see that Sonic has a giant logo above his stage, and that logo is the logo from the Sonic the Hedgehog 1 title screen, which is very nice. We see someone strum a guitar, which turns out to be the chicken, and this is Sonic's rock band. You can even see Vector in the background. Sonic is jamming out, and then all of a sudden Eggman comes and destroys the stage. Eggman is terrorizing everyone in page 8, and then a little girl calls him a creep, or a little woman. I don't know how old she's supposed to be. I'm not even gonna question it. I don't even know what the fuck she is. Maybe she's Sonic's fangirl because she's dressed in blue. I don't like this. This is like a game targeted at children. I get that it's Japan, but this is just weird to me. The artwork is really nice and all of this, but I have no idea why they would throw some scantily clad women in here. Eggman's robot is going to attack the girl until Sonic smashes it, and the artwork of Sonic smashing the robot is really good. We then see Sonic land onto the ground, waggle his finger, and tell Eggman that he's Sonic the Hedgehog, and Eggman gets really mad. And the artwork is really great here where Sonic puts his thumb down. He even still has the fangs from the beta concepts, which is really cool. I always like the fangs on Sonic. I'm glad that they're not in the final, but it's really cool to see that the fangs are still being used at this point in development. Eggman then sticks his robots on Sonic, and Sonic rips right through them. In this first issue, we don't really get to see any of the iconic iconic robots. We just see these generic SWAT bot looking guys, and these robots actually would appear in games like Sonic 06, but that's so weird that we wouldn't see robots like this for a long time. Sonic is just smashing through all the robots, and an Eggman whips out the Wrecking Ball from Green Hill Zone. This comic is trying really hard to be like the video game, and I love it. It's taking its own liberties, but it's also sticking true to the source material. Sonic smashes right through the Egg-O-Matic and the Wrecking Ball right away, and Eggman blows up, and he just flies away. Sonic continues his concert, and Eggman is seen playing Sonic the Hedgehog 1, saying that he's gonna beat Sonic next time. So yeah, this is the first part of the manga based off of the Sonic the Hedgehog Japanese Bible. The story was kinda everywhere, but it's understandable seeing how Sega hadn't even decided what story they were gonna tell the whole world, and Sega of America was battling to change the story, which if you've ever heard the development of Sonic the Hedgehog, we in America and people in Europe got completely different stories than the Japanese one. So it's understandable that they couldn't really decide what they were doing at this point. The artwork was really good, and there was just some things I had to question, like why was there weird anthropomorphic women in Sonic's concert? Like, do humans hang out with Sonic, or are humans Sonic's enemy? And where is Madonna? Madonna wasn't here unless that woman with the blue hedgehog suit was supposed to be Madonna, and if she is Madonna, she doesn't look like the concept art of Madonna. Sonic's rock band was there, the action was really good, and the comedy is Japanese comedy, so it was alright. This comic was overall really good. It was only a few pages long, and it got what it needed to happen done. You got a whole recap of Green Hill Zone, you got to see some cool Sonic stuff. I just wish we could have seen some more Sonic level instead of just Sonic. Like, we got to see Green Hill Zone for a second, but we didn't really get to see Green Hill Zone. This will be fixed in the later parts of this comic, but for right now, this leaves you wanting more, but it also gives you a lot of Sonic the Hedgehog action. So yeah, I would recommend you read this if you can find it. I had to look all over the internet just to find my translation of it. If I can find it, I'll put it in the chat below. So yeah, if you guys like this video, hit the like button. If you really like this video, hit the share button. And if you want to see more content like this, then subscribe. Thank you guys for watching, and bye.